Lone Star, Cher, John Tesh, and Paul Anka all decide they want to sing your song, you might as well just let it go. Let it have its way in the world. But I still love singing it. I still love playing it. I love how it resonates for the people that have been listening to it all these years, that it's still on the radio. Just amazes me and makes me feel very grateful. So let me tell you a little bit about what's behind this song. Just a little bit, because I don't think you should know too much. John Lennon used to, when people asked him what certain songs meant, he said, "Why would I tell you that? The only reason it works is because you find your own meaning in it." And that certainly already happened, so I don't think I'll spoil anything for anybody. It's a pretty literal song. I had an incredible time while I was in Memphis, and I would say something close to a spiritual transformation, if not just an incredible beginning to a career. Two things I did in Memphis, which are the centerpiece of this tune. Not Elvis, not W.C. Handy, not Carl Perkins's Blue Suede Shoes. Two things. I say in the middle of the song, "Reverend Green, be glad to see you." And Reverend Green was glad to see me. Reverend Green just happens to be the great soul singer, Al Green, who, if you go down on a Sunday morning to the Full Gospel Tabernacle Church, you can hear Al Green preach the gospel if he's not on the road. And there I was, this Jewish kid from Cleveland, listening for 4 to 5 hours to Al Green preach the gospel. Now I have to admit, I was there to hear Al Green, not the Reverend. But the Reverend moved me just as much as the soul singer. He was part soul singer, part Reverend, and I have to admit, about halfway through the service, which was about 6 hours long, I was beginning to wonder if my people, the Jews, didn't have the whole thing completely wrong. Because I had tears rolling down my eyes during this service, and the only reason I ever cried in temple was because I wanted to leave so badly. But this was something different. And so was meeting Muriel Davis Wilkins, who nobody knew. I certainly didn't know her, except for the fact that a friend of mine wanted me to meet her. She played piano, like I say in the song, at the Hollywood Cafe. And she asked me up after we got to know each other a little bit that night to come up and sing. And I was 24 or 25. Didn't have a record deal, didn't have a wife, didn't have kids, didn't have much of a life actually, except just a bunch of songs that I didn't really like. And but I wanted desperately to be an artist. But Muriel invited me up to sing with her, and it was the sweetest, most generous thing. She was a 65-year-old school teacher who played this place on weekends to make a little extra money in Helena, Arkansas. And it didn't occur to either one of us until I got up on stage when she asked me to sing that there wasn't one song in the entire universe that both of us knew. So she started feeding me lines to gospel songs like "His Eyes on the Sparrow," "Nearer My God to Thee," "Touch the Hem of His Garment," and all the big Hebrew hits I knew so well. Are you with me so far? And then we did "Amazing Grace." Now that one I knew. And at the end of that one, she just said, "Child, you could go home now and write what you need to write. Leave the past behind." And unbelievably, this beautiful woman from the South became kind of inadvertently my muse. And I literally did go back home, and for the first time in my life, started writing songs that I felt were at least authentic and singularly mine. And I went back 8 months later to play these tunes for Muriel. She dug them all, especially the one where I mentioned her. And she said, "Yeah, that one where you mentioned me, that's the best one. Play that again." So I love Elvis, I love Al Green, so much music I love. But this song is inspired by and sung every night for the spirit of the late Muriel Davis Wilkins. Put on my blue suede shoes, I boarded the plane, touched down in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of of the pouring rain. W.C. Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy could be. Then I'm walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off a beat, walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? I saw the ghost of Elvis on Union Avenue, followed him up to the gates of Graceland. Then I watched him walk right in. Now security did not see it, they just hovered around his tomb. But there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king. She's right down in the jungle room, walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off the beat, walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? They got catfish on the table, they got some gospel in the air. That's alright, 'cause Reverend Green be glad to see you. Reverend Green be glad. Reverend Green be glad to see you. Reverend Green be glad. In the back of my mind, I could hear him say, I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired out on my own. I'm so tired of being alone. Won't you help me, please? Won't you help me, please? Won't you help me, please? 'Cause Reverend Green, he'd be glad to see you when you have not got a prayer. But boy, you got a prayer in Memphis. When you plays piano every Friday at the Hollywood, and people run me down to see her, and they ask me if I would. They say, won't you do a little number? And I say, out of my mind. She said, tell me you a Christian child. And I said, man, I am tonight. Walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beat, walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? Well, I'm walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beat, walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel? Put on my blue suede shoes, boarded the plane, touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. I touched down in the land of the Delta Blues. in the middle of the